Hi, this is Gregor from BassTheWorld.com, and I just found something in my mailbox that I would like to show you. And it's this little bag from F-Bass in Canada. Actually, this is where this is made. And of course, it's not really about the bass, not really about the bag. It's much more about the bass that is inside. But before we have a look at the bass, I really want to say this bag is really cool. This is one of the bags you really want to use when you're going on a gig and you're not traveling with a big bass and have to throw everything in the bag, and it has to be super solid. But if you're going by train or something, which I used to do most of the time, then this is something you really want to use. It's a great bag, but this is not really what we want to talk about. Let's check this out. Here we go. This is a VFP5. That's the name of this model. It's a brand new model that F-Bass has just released a couple of months ago, or they announced it. I think they just released it somewhere in the last weeks. And yeah, it definitely swims in the water of the P-bass topic somehow. And as you can see, it's a 5-string, so it's a bit unusual. The most precision bass guys prefer 4-string basses, but I've always been dreaming about a 5-string bass, so this is like a perfect addition to my P basses that I usually play. And just a bit of the story, I didn't really bought this because I honestly couldn't afford such a bass, but a couple of months ago Marcel from F-Bass contacted me and we wrote a bit, and he sent me some pictures to share on my Facebook page and stuff like this, and we somehow became friends during the emails and stuff. And after a while he asked me, he asked me everyone would agree to get a bass, but he sent me they would really like to build me a bass, one of their new P kind of models, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, sure, let's do this. And yeah, it took a while. Not too long, like 2 months or something, a bit more than 2 months, which is a pretty short time for like a custom built bass, because when you're looking at other companies, they sometimes need like 6 months, 1 year, some even longer to get a custom bass built. So this is pretty quick, and I'm really impressed by how quick they get it done. And the customization process, so of course this bass has like a lot of fixed specifications, like the woods, which we will go through in a minute, but there's a lot of things you can decide by yourself. And the process, when we talked about what I was looking for and what I used to play, what I like about P basses and what I don't like also of course about P basses, this was for me as a customer a perfect like a perfect process. So he really asked me a lot of stuff, so he really wanted to know what I'm looking for. It's not just like, hey dude, we are building a bass, so when you're a regular customer, here's your order has arrived and now we're starting to build, and just take the bass and be happy. No, it's not really like this. They really go in depth through every detail and really want to know what you're looking for. So this is how it turned out. So let's go a bit through the specs of this baby. The body is, you can't see it, but this is a 2-piece alder body, which is the standard on most P basses. There have just been a couple of series through the years from different companies with ash bodies, but I think alder just makes sense because it has the like it's not as snappy and fast as ash. It's a bit more solid sounding, and this is exactly perfect what I need for such a bass, and I think also the most other guys. The neck is a 1-piece maple neck, but not this kind of 1-piece maple neck from old Fender basses, because they all have this skunk stripe at the back where they insert the truss rod, and in this case you have it's a 1-piece neck, but it has a maple fretboard on it, so the truss rod is in the neck and you can reach it from the body side. And it's actually much better than the old like vintage Fender P basses, when you have to unscrew the neck to adjust the the truss-rod, it's really nice. You can, like Music Man and all the other companies, you can access from the body, and it's quickly done. So when you're coming to gig, it's very cold or very hot or whatever, and you just feel like the bass moved a tiny little bit, then it's quickly done, and it's just perfect. There are really big black dots on front and side, and this is also really nice because when you're playing on a dark stage, you will definitely still see it. And the maple they used for the neck is really, really bright. I don't know if they did something to it or if this is the natural color, but it's so there's a lot of contrast to the dots, so you will definitely see it. And what I also recognized that it's really interesting, they don't use string retainers or string tree or however you used to call it. Instead, the neck, it's not really angled. Hope you can see it. It's just it's going back. I don't know how to say it better in English. So you have like the tension on the nut. You need tension on the nut, otherwise the strings will move around and produce sounds you don't want to have, a lot of noise, and so you need pressure on the nut that the strings are tight. And yeah, this is also very important to get rid of all kind of dead spots all basses often produce. So they did it in this way. So this piece around here is a bit chunky, and this is actually really good because this is also the place where guitars and basses used to break if they hit somewhere really hard, and this looks super solid. I don't think that this could break in a like a normal crash if you really want to if you're really this kind of guy who really smashes their basses into everything. Of course it will break one day, but with a normal respectful use of an instrument, I guess there will nothing happen. The logo looks really great. This is one thing that I really like about the F-bass designs. It's very simple, and yeah, it's just a nice thing. On the back there are Gotoh tuners. They work really soft and seem very solid, so it's all fine. On the back it says made in Canada. Greetings from Germany to Canada. The finish is called root beer, and this is something I was looking for because I like brown basses. I don't know why. This is just one of my preferred colors for instruments. However, I asked Marcel if they have something or they could do something like these candy colors Fender did a couple of years ago, because I really like these. They had these candy orange and candy red and candy whatever. And he said, yeah, we just did the bass in a root beer finish. And I thought, oh, candy kind of color and brown. So this is like the perfect mix of what I'm looking for. And yeah, they just did it. And we combined it with a creme pickguard. So this is really a nice combination. The bridge is a Gotoh vintage type bridge, which is very important. I have already posted a couple of pictures about this bass on the page, and a lot of people were complaining such a good high-end expensive bass and then you put such a cheap bridge on the bass. Bridges are really important sound components. It's not about like a high mass bridge with lots of functions and stuff like this. Bridges are sound components. It's not just like functionality. And these simple type Fender type bridges, how I used to call them, just produce the sound you need for such a bass. They have the widest dynamic range. When you have a high mass bridge, like a Badass bridge is, for example, the most well-known, I guess, bridge, which is on the Marcus Miller jazz bass, for example. This bridge it steals a lot of dynamics. So when you're playing just a little bit, it's louder. If you're playing really loud, it's a bit quieter, and it also it definitely improves the sustain of the instrument, but this is not always what you're looking for. So, and I'm this kind of player, I like dynamics. I really like to play really quiet things, and I want the bass to be quiet at this point and not to scream notes out, and this is what these bridges do. And the string adjustment, like the intonation and stuff like this, is easily done, and I still love this. I have a couple of basses which came originally with like high mass bridges, and I replaced them with these simple kinds, and yeah, this is just cool. The pickup is a Aguilar AG 60P something, I don't know, sorry if this was the wrong name, and they say it's like a typical 60s P-bass pickup, and from my first expressions they did a really good job. It really sounds like what you're looking for when you're getting like a classical P-bass, and of course it's a 5-string, so it sounds a bit different, but it's not too much. And I don't care, I don't need like the super authentic sound, I just need a good bass, and this is what I got. And it's of course passive. There's a volume control, tone control. I'm not really too much into active basses. Of course I have a couple, but for me, my personal playing, when I'm playing in bands and go to sessions, or when I do stuff like this, I always prefer passive basses. You can always rely on them. They will never like leave you. There's no battery that could go empty or something like this. It's just a workhorse that will always do its job. And of course, this bass is not really a precision bass design. It looks much more like a typical F bass. It's a bit. I think the shape is a bit changed from their usual models, and brought a bit more to this P bass kind of topic. But it feels great, and it's extremely comfortable, especially on your lap, and when you're standing. It's light. It's also a lightweight bass, and yeah, it's just. It's, what can I say, it's really, 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 really well done. F-bass is known for like relatively small necks, so they don't have too much of a shape on the backside, and they asked me what I would like, and when it comes to P-basses, I like chunky necks, because the precision bass is a bass for me that you don't want to do like fancy slap stuff on it. You just want to play solid, good, easy bass lines, and when you have a chunky neck, it kind of prevents you from doing too much. And this neck is a bit of a compromise between like a super chunky and like a fast neck, and they did it pretty well, because it's always a bit complicated when you're so far away and you can just email and explain what you're looking for. Not everything will always turn out like what exactly you're looking for, but I guess even if I had been there at the workshop while they made the neck, it would have turned out in the same way. It's just perfect. It's not too thin, it's not too fat, it's just what it is, and it's really, really, really nice. And another thing that is also really cool about this bass is the fretboard, and especially the radius, because a lot of old basses have like a really round fretboard radius, and this feels great, but when you're playing a bit up here, it's often a bit complicated, because it's just not as comfortable as a lot of modern basses, which use a very flat radius. And these modern basses feel great up here, but down here a bit like too edgy for my personal taste. And what they do is they use this so-called compound radius, and this means it's changing. So it is around here and gets more flat when it goes up, and I could imagine that this is a bit more complicated to make, but for the final player, for the guy who gets it in his hands, it's definitely like a huge profit in how well this bass plays. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can say. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can see it. I already managed to damage it a little bit. Yeah, but it's an instrument. It's not a piece for a gallery. It's something that wants to be played, and in a couple of years it will look even worse in these kind of things. I wouldn't say it's worse, because I really like this old basses when you can see that they're used. But yeah, on the first day, it's really a bit sad that these things happen. But what can I do? Whatever. Let's check out how this bass sounds. I'm just reviewing in a moment these BG combos from TC Electronic, these new combos, and so I have to review them anyway, so I will use it right now to record a sound file, so I can also use it to get some impressions what this combo sounds like in a recording situation. So stay tuned, and see you soon.